What's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Smith, and welcome back to another video. Today, man, we are back with more psychedelic videos, man. I don't know if y'all been liking them or not, but hey, man, if you haven't watched the last video, make sure you check out the last one, man. The last one is definitely a banger. It kind of breaks down on how psychedelics work, you know, and just the pros and cons between them. But hey, man, on this one, we're gonna be looking at this guy talking about a trip that he had, taking 4,500. I don't know what the doses are as far as LSD, but it's something around there, man. Yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the last few videos. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. Man, we just been trying to run up these videos, man. I'm trying to get it back for real. I'm trying to come out with some good content for you guys, and I'm just trying to do something different, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. Let's get straight up into it, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all any more longer. This video does not advocate or glorify any of the following behaviors, and it is intended to act on education on a substance and used to attempt and recreate any discussed in this video. I don't even think I read that right. Stuttered like crazy.
3,750 to 4,500 UG.
Okay,
LSD
well,
90
that's what the number is. That's crazy.
First things first. As you can see by the title, this trip ended up being one of the most powerful I've ever been through. And I was in no condition to be taking acid at all, let alone such a massive amount. I was an idiot. Learned from my mistakes. It was a little less than a year ago. A good friend and I had been tripping 1 to 2 times a month for about 6 months, and had been slowly increasing the doses we'd been taking. So by this time I had taken 1,000 UG a few times, and was extremely comfortable at this dose.
That's crazy.
I wanted a little more excitement for this particular night, so I got in touch with my source and arranged to pick up a higher dose. I met him around 5:30 in the afternoon after work, right at the beginning of a long weekend. He told me that he had a new batch of LSD that had just come in, and that it was super strong, so I went with that instead of the other acid I'd been buying. What I didn't realise at the time was that this sheet of acid was between 250 to 300 UG per tab.
Damn!
So by failing to ask into this new batch further, I sealed my own fate. I took 15 tabs of this blotter all at once, around 6 o'clock with my buddy, who took 4 tabs to be safe. And we decided to watch YouTube videos until we came up.
You telling me this man took 11 more tabs in him? That is crazy. This man is crazy.
What follows is a little foggy. All in all, I only remember a small portion of this trip. 6:30 PM. This is when the effects started to become very clear. My heart started pumping more, and I could feel the stuff climbing up my spine. At this stage, I also started getting afraid I would have a bad trip. I don't know why. The vibrations were pretty bad at this point already as well. 7 PM. The first peak hits me. I was not ready for it to take hold so quickly.
Yeah, you took so much.
In the past, it's sometimes taken 90 minutes until I even started to notice the drug. I made it through this one okay by allowing YouTube to distract me. 9 PM. The next wave hits me and just blows me the fuck away. I remember looking at the TV and seeing a flower bloom out from the screen towards my face. As it neared me, I noticed that there was a woman standing in front of it. Flabbergasted and completely unable to communicate, I stared at her face wide-eyed for a few seconds.
This video in the background,
she
bro.
looked deep into my eyes and raised a finger to her lips, telling me to shh, before exploding into a kaleidoscope of colours that blanket the room. As I snap out of that, I'm extremely confused and afraid. I yell out, "What the fuck was that?" And my friend started to freak out. I believe because we were seeing the same thing. He doesn't remember this portion of the trip at all. 9:40 PM. Since that last experience, we were both getting more and more worked up.
I hope the titles or subtitles don't bother y'all. I just like to read, you know, what the heck they
Feeding
saying.
off with wild energy.
Hopefully y'all
until
too.
It literally became a screaming match. Both of us were now 100% convinced that the world was coming to an end right outside, and that it was our fault for some reason.
I've heard similar, like,
I make the biggest
scenarios
mistake of the whole night at this time.
on different stories.
I break all the rules of tripping in one move. I walk outside by myself in my boxers, while on somewhere between 3,750 and 4,500 micrograms of LSD.
Okay, so it's micrograms. I was right. I was gonna
At
say
this
that,
point,
but I
I'm
didn't.
peaking extremely hard. I can't really see anything. On a dose as high as this, it's kind of like you lose your original 5 senses, and instead have a 6th sense that can perceive everything all at once. It's like every bit of sensory input comes at you on a single plane, if that makes sense. So it's 9:45 PM now. Somehow I've made it across a busy street without getting hit by a car.
Why do all
I've
these
also
guys
managed to leave
go
my boxers.
outside?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now completely naked in public, and I don't know who I am, where I'm from, etc. And on top of all that, I can't see anything past the hallucinations at this point. So across this busy street I see a group of what may or may not be people, and since I'm completely petrified I go over to them to try and ask for some kind of help.
This man is naked outside, bruh.
What a job.
That is crazy.
As I get closer I start to hear yelling coming from the group, and a large guy comes running up to me. I thought he was going to kill me, so I try to run, but I end up stumbling into this dude's car and he socks me right in the side of the face. I decide that communicating isn't going to work with these people, so I stumble away, back in the direction of my apartment. 9:55 PM. As I'm trying to get away from the dude who hit me, I hear someone yelling for me to fucking stop. This obviously terrifies me, so I run for my life in the opposite direction, only to be stopped by 3 people with guns drawn and pointed at me. I didn't realise that these people were police at the time, but they sure as hell were. They tried to shout some commands at me, but I can't understand anything they're trying to tell me. I try to walk away and get hit with a taser. I watch the prongs float through the air at what seems to be about 100th of life's normal speed, and as soon as it hits my skin, I'm completely ripped from my body and I enter a completely infinite and black space.
Interesting.
I'm floating through this space and I see a very small point of light, about the size of a distant star off in one direction. I decide to float in the direction of this light, and as I draw nearer I can make out colours coming from the light that I have never seen before.
What?
Not just shades of colours that I knew, but entirely new primary colours. I continue moving closer to the light, and I become aware of a very beautiful piece of music playing. It's a song I have never heard before in my life,
Tired.
but it feels so familiar to me it completely relaxes me. As I realise this, I also begin to feel that I have been to this place before. The limitless void of nothingness with this distant light felt more comfortable than my own bed.
This video, bro.
Bask for what feels like hours in the presence of the most comforting feeling I have ever experienced. Meanwhile, as the light draws near, I realise that it's not a star, but it's actually a book. I approach this massive book, which seems to be the only thing around me, and flip through it. I don't actually reach out and touch it, but somehow using my mind I am able to turn the enormous and ancient feeling pages of this book.
That's dope.
It appears to be alive. It looks like a massive tree began to grow out of the nothingness around here, and instead of leaves this book grew from its branches. The pages lay open in front of me. On the left page there is a blue energy emitting from within the book itself. The energy manifests as blue veins twisting and splitting, all pointed towards the spine of the book. On the opposite page there is a similar energy but in red instead of blue. The words duality, truth, and you shouldn't be seeing this right now floated through my mind. As I heard the last words I snapped out of it. It felt like I'd literally existed as part of that black space for years. But as I came to, I was still in the middle of falling from being tased. So I hit the ground.
What?
I still have no fucking idea who I am or anything, but the police end up having to tase me 2 more times just to get me to stay on the ground. They then load me into an ambulance and I black out from there until I get to jail. This experience was by
And this
far
dude
the
is
single
naked,
most
bruh.
intense of my entire
That
life.
is funny.
I just felt like sharing it here. I've come to accept it, and I actually took a lot of good things away from that trip, so I don't regret it. But would not advise you to take that much LSD in a bad mood, or you will not be the same for a while,
Yeah, for
or
real.
even taking it in general. I hope that someone can learn from this experience, and maybe keep from making the same mistakes. TLDR, I took between 3,750 UG and 4,500 UG of acid and lost my shit. Don't be an idiot like I was.
bruh. This man literally was not in control of his own body. And that's what's scary, bro. Like, yeah, taking that is crazy, bro. Like, that high of a dosage, man. Like, I don't know. You just a different breed. But, hey, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to, man. Y'all can always comment and just let me know, man. I mean, I'm an open book to anything, you know. But, yeah, man, if y'all like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And, yeah, man, join the J Smooth movement. Let's keep it going.
I get the bands, count the blue cheese, I do that shit for fun. For every meal, I pop a pill, I do that shit till I'm dumb. I had your girl, she on my crib, that was a one-on-one.